afternoon, everybody. It's 12 o'clock, and welcome once again to the Mobelli live show. We're so excited to be doing it. We're doing it live from Tivadeskloof, that's in Villiersdorp in the Western Cape, and we're very grateful that you've given us some minutes of your time just to watch what we're going to be doing today. So today we're going to be talking again about two products that we love. One of them is very important for your health and safety in Corona times. Usually you have to spend time outdoors in the fresh air and sun when there's plagues going around, when the flu's going around. That's sort of the wisdom that we got from the 1918 Spanish influenza. If you want to know more, you can go down to our blog and read about it. I've written 2 articles about it. The second product is a product that South Africans can't live without. It's a braai. And the interesting thing, and I think the reason why you all tuned in, is that at some stage we are going to send that braai over to you virtually. So without further ado, we are going to be starting with the Lotus Grill this time round. And just before we start, I just want to tell you one thing. At Mobelli, we are a furniture business, but we're not really about selling furniture. Mobelli is about getting people to connect with each other. It's about families spending time together. It's about friends sharing memories. It's about creating beautiful spaces. So in fact, our purpose is creating inspiring spaces and fostering memories. That's all we want to talk to you about. Now, my brother is here with me. He's going to be showing you the Lotus Grill. The Lotus Grill is basically a smokeless charcoal grill that lights up within 5 minutes. It's ready to braai with all the charcoal taste within 5 minutes. So, after the intro, he's going to be waiting for you.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
So, here we go. Here's Aviv.
Thanks, Alon. So today I'm going to show you how to use the Lotus Grill, and while I'm going to do that, I'm actually going to start it. First of all, I'm going to show you a couple of the things that are on the grill. So I've got actual grit. I've got, I'm going to talk about just now. And I've got the stainless steel bowl. So without further ado, I'm going to light the gel. Here is where the magic starts. So basically in front of me here, I've got a knob which is actually a battery operated fan. I'm going to switch it on, and basically what's happening right now is there's oxygen rich air coming through the fan. I'm going to put the charcoal container, which I've already put charcoal inside. I'm going to put the grid on, and what's happening right now is that the charcoal is being heated up with the battery operated fan, and what's going to happen is within 5 minutes I'm still going to be able to have a charcoal grill be ready in 5 minutes. Usually a charcoal or a wood fire grill takes about 40 to 45 minutes until it's ready to be cooked, and then you're going to be drinking for 45 minutes. This time you have to drink starting beforehand, and you're going to be able to start going and grilling within 5 minutes.
So, this is what I want to tell you. We're going to be waiting for the grill to fire up, and then I'm going to be, in the meantime, sending you the grill virtually. So, on the chat right now on Facebook, there's going to be a code coming to you. Those of you that are using a computer, take out your cell phones. Those of you that have got a cell phone, you may need another one because I'm going to be giving you a QR code. And the QR code is right here on the screen right now. Just point your camera at it and scan. Right. Now, when you scan, it's going to take a few seconds for an image to appear on your phone. I'm just waiting for the chat to give you the link. If that doesn't come from the chat, what you can do is head over to our website. I'll show you exactly how that works in a second. So if you head over, let me just put it up on the screen for you guys. There we go. So if you go up to our website and you see where it says inspiration, basically click on inspiration, go to downloads, and then when the downloads come up, just scroll to the bottom of the page. You will see Lotus Grill in AR. Click on that. Now, for those of you that are on the phones, you will see on the top right this little AR item. Click on this AR, and then you'll be able to see the grill. First of all, you'll be able to move it if you're on a computer, but you'll be able to see the grill in AR on your phone. And then you will see it as an object. But what you can do as well is when you click on the AR, you click on AR, I think, tab on the right hand side, and you can place it into your environment. Let me show you. This is the grill is operating right now. I can hear the fan going. I'm not sure if you guys can hear what's going on. For those of you who've come late, I want you to click on this AR code for augmented reality. It will come onto your phone, and then you can place it in your environment. And now, we've done this last week at about on Thursday last week, I think, yes. And we had some users who've taken some pictures of the images. I'm going to show you right now some of those amazing. Here we go. So here you can see the Lotus Grill, the virtual Lotus Grill, placed in various environments. This is inside somebody's library. This picture actually came from New York. We had viewers from New York. This is inside an apartment in New York. Somebody put it next to their computers just to show you how easy it is to work. Here it is in its natural setting as a tabletop. And the beautiful thing about the Lotus Grill is that you can use it indoors. A few weeks ago, before lockdown, I just cut up some pieces of meat and we put those onto the grid. Each member of my family had a little fork to turn it over, and it was a Korean style grill. Let's go back to Aviv and see what's the story. What's going on?
Thanks, Alon. So at the moment, right now, I don't know if the camera can actually hear it, but it's actually almost ready to start. I don't know if it's been 5 minutes or even less. What I've done right now is, and what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be doing some vegetable societies. We got off the phone from Gordon Ramsay and he gave me the recipe. What I'm doing right now is the fire's getting too hot, so I'm actually reducing the fan to make the fire colder or less hot, so to speak. So basically we've got a braai that you can actually have a thermostat to make it hot or cold. Now, we're going to be doing some vegetables, but usually, I usually like to have the braai very hot when I'm doing steaks. And obviously when you're doing chicken, you need to reduce the heat of the fire. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to be putting on these societies, vegetable societies. And I'm going to be increasing the heat so you can actually hear the sizzle of the grill. So, Gordon Ramsay, hopefully I won't put you down and I'll make you proud.
So, by the way, that grid Aviv on top, there's a plate over there that's actually preventing the people from seeing the actual coal and flames. Can you tell us about it a little bit?
So basically what's happening right now is I've got it's getting too hot here. I've got the griddle over here. The society is very hot. And the design of the griddle is there to lock the charcoal in place. So basically, if you're using this on a boat, if you're using it camping, you can actually move this around. I'm holding it in my hand and it is very, very hot. And you can move it from place to place. If you've got this thing dropping, let's say on the boat, normal charcoal braai, you're going to have charcoals all over the place. It's going to be quite dangerous. With this thing, the charcoal is contained within the charcoal container mesh. So it's very safe to use.
So people have been asking, how can it be a charcoal grill and not smoke? And basically the entire system here is that we've got a built-in fan into the unit. It's powered by 4 AA batteries, and what actually happens when we switch it on, it just provides oxygen continuously into the charcoal, and it basically bypasses the smoking stage. Jason, thank you very much. Jason says he's taken a picture with his QR code and placed it in his lounge. Please guys, take pictures, post them onto our page if possible, or on Instagram, just hashtag Mobelli Living, and it will be brilliant. The one thing that a live show can't bring you, and we can actually smell it here, is that beautiful smell of the charcoal. So even though you can braai indoors, if you're going to braai meat and you're going to braai things that basically have fat in it, they're going to burn a bit. And so we don't want you to be calling us and saying, hey, my apartment smells of braai. But it's perfect for balconies and places where braaiing is not allowed. And basically, what is going to happen is that we're going to be staying in lockdown for a bit longer than we all thought. We're going to try and get you guys the Lotus Grill to your apartment the moment we're allowed to deliver. Just one more view from above. And here is the deal in this one. You can get any one of the Lotus Grills right now. It's normally 2,800 Rand. Today, we're giving you it for 2,100 Rand. You can save 700 Rand. There is one product which Aviv hasn't shown you, which is an attachment to the Lotus Grill. Let's go back there and find out what it is.
Okay, so usually I wouldn't use this on the vegetables. I usually put this on chicken or whole chicken. So what I do is, it's a Lotus Grill hood. You can put it over the Lotus Grill. What's nice about it is that it's got a thermometer over here. I don't know if you can just do the front view. Building up inside the Lotus Grill, which is used as an oven. However, there is another setting over here which you can switch it on, pull it up, and what's actually happening is the heat is coming from the top, so it's acting as another type of oven, a convection oven. So you've got different ways of cooking, different styles.
And of course, you can see so you can actually see the glass on top with a thermometer. You don't have to open it, you don't have to close it. You can just have control over the braai all the time. So we're going to, the smell is unbelievable, really guys. It's one of the best products. I take it, I come home, I put it on my old braai and I use it. It's unbelievable. But I'm very conscious of your time here today. So the next thing I want to show you while this braai is cooking is I want to show you the world's best umbrella. Now, that will be just after this.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
you're still with us, thank you. We are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. And if you need the code, just let us know. We'll put the code at the end as well when we're checking out back onto the braai. I want to show you the world's best umbrella. And in times of pandemics like we're having right now, it has been found that the best way to protect yourself or to heal yourself from the 1918 Spanish flu was actually to be outside in the fresh air. And we know that because when the soldiers came back from the First World War with the sort of Spanish flu, which is just a different version of a coronavirus of the time, the hospitals were packed. And they turned school halls into hospitals, and those were packed as well. And the mortality rate was 40%. And when everything was filled up, they basically built tent cities as hospitals. And they found that the soldiers that were housed in those tent cities, because they spent a lot of time in the fresh air and outside in the sun, only had a 13% mortality rate. This is not a joke. My grandfather, who was born just before the Spanish flu but was too young, told me before, when my mother was young, that was in the 1940s, they didn't have antibiotics. When they were sick, they just placed them outside in the fresh air and they used to heal. So that's what we want to do for you. We want to encourage you guys to spend more time outside. But there's a problem, because you can't spend too much time outside in the sun in South Africa, at least. The UV radiation, which is actually good for killing the virus, not by putting it into your skin like Trump said, but the UV radiation from the sun is great, but you can't spend too much time in the sun. It may get too hot. So I'm going to do a demonstration now for you. The product is not with me. This is called the One Touch umbrella. It is the world's best umbrella. It was designed by a German guy who basically wanted to solve all the problems of umbrellas around the world. Now it's called the One Touch. As you can see, it takes one touch to close it. It takes one touch to open it. Usually an umbrella of this size, it's 3.5 meters by 3.5 meters, requires pulleys and chains. It's too difficult to open, and this one is so easy to open. I've even seen a pregnant woman once with a baby on her arm opening and closing this umbrella easily. Granted, she was Aviv's wife, my sister-in-law, but it is a true story, so it is possible. So the first problem is easy to open, easy to close. The next thing which this umbrella solves is the fact that there is no central pole. So it's a cantilevered umbrella, and that means that you can actually have furniture under the cover. As you can see here, you can have a lounge suite under it, you can have dining table, so it's very easy for you to actually spend time under the umbrella. And the reason is shade moves around. As the earth turns, we've got movement of the shade, and right now, instead of moving the furniture, the furniture and the umbrella around, all you have to do is simple. Rotate it. Now, this is not a normal rotation. Now, we can use a little pinky and rotate this umbrella 360 degrees, and all we have to do is press this little button at the bottom of the base and just move it around. It's very easy. There's no hassles whatsoever. You don't have to bend over. You don't have to move around. It's fairly easy. So now you're definitely going to be spending a lot of time out in the sun because you can control the shade. So you can sit outside, and when the shade moves around, just turn the umbrella. Now what happens in the afternoon when the sun starts setting and it gets into your eyes? Well, this guy is so clever. You can basically tilt the umbrella in any direction. Just grab any of the ribs of this umbrella and tilt it. And that will allow you to control shade even better. Plus, it will help you when you got noisy neighbors. You can just cover yourself up. So now it's very easy to tilt it. And what happens if the wind grabs hold of it? surely if I can move it around so easily, so can the wind. I told you, this German guy that invented this umbrella was very clever. And he basically had a solution for that as well. The center pole at the top has a little knob. Just tighten it, and then even if the wind comes around, you just cannot move this umbrella again. So we're sorting out everything. We can actually spend a lot more time outside. We can be in the fresh air as we need to. We can move in and out of the sun. We're not going to break our back. It's very simple. Putting the umbrella away is also very easy. All we do is we tie it up first to make sure that no wind comes from underneath. Like I've shown, sometimes if you don't tie it up, the wind will just lift up the umbrella. And then there is this cover. And the umbrella is 3.8 meters tall. But as you can see, the cover has got 2 poles on it. And all we have to do is stand on top of the base, open up the cover, and basically just crown the umbrella and then close it up. And the cover is brilliant because it means that the sun, which is obviously the most destructive force for outdoor furniture, that the cover itself may perish over time, but your canopy is protected. At Mobelli, we don't believe in selling you stuff and then reselling you stuff all the time. We believe that we sell you one item, and the next time we see you is when you want to buy a different item because you're so happy with the umbrella. So we sorted out a lot of problems. We sorted out open and close. We sorted out the rotation. We sorted out the tilting. We locked the tilting. It's easy to put the umbrella under its own cover. But did you know that the umbrella itself weighs 150 kilos? 150 kilos is a requirement for cantilevered umbrellas. So how would we move 150 kilo umbrella? This German guy, again, very clever. So you see this little winch over there. You basically just turn around on all 4 sides, turn around, and as you can see, we actually are able to then put our hand under the base because the base is lifting up, and the base is lifting up because the wheels are coming out. So with the wheels coming out, anybody can move the umbrella. And why would we need to move this umbrella? Well, sometimes you place it in a place that you need to maintain. Maybe you want to clean underneath. Sometimes when it's windy, you want to move it closer to an environment where the wind is not as pronounced. So the wheels are unbelievable. And lastly, an amazing thing about this umbrella, the fact that we can tilt the umbrella in any direction means that we can clean it easily. Really, I mean, if you're vertically challenged, you may stand up on a stool and clean it. But if you're 1.8 meters, it's very easy to clean this umbrella. So now what I want you to do is, in the chat, I'd like you guys to put some questions. Here are some images of the umbrella. And what I want to sort of make known is that the umbrella that you have here has got a skirt around the top of the canopy, as you can see. And the umbrella that we're selling, we've modernized it a bit. And basically, that's the one on your left, the one that's not rotating. That's the new version. We removed the skirt, we just made it a bit more modern. Okay, so let's look at some of the questions. Very nice. Okay. So what's this umbrella like in the wind? Is it wind resistant? Christelle, no umbrella can handle the wind. No umbrella can survive the wind. Even if you've seen videos of umbrellas in wind tunnels, the wind is just coming from one direction. Our umbrellas can handle it as well. But this is what we call a fair weather umbrella, which means that if it's comfortable for you to be outside, then it's comfortable for the umbrella to be open. I want to show you a video, because I anticipated this question, of my umbrella that I had in my house, and this video was taken a few years ago in a southeaster. And the umbrella, my furniture does move around a bit, the umbrella is steady. Have a look at this. So as you can see, Anton as well, the sea point wind, trust me, is not as bad as other wind. So you can have a look even at my pool fence, it really is shaking and moving, and the umbrella is still standing still. In that particular instance, when we had really, really strong wind, usually at 3 o'clock in the morning, I used to hear the umbrella rocking and moving, and the umbrella was just going up and down, because it is 3.8 meters tall. It's like a mast of a ship. Then I used to go up, winch the wheels out, and then move it closer to the wall. So it's possible. And the beautiful thing about our umbrella is because umbrellas normally break when they are left open. Because our umbrella is easy to close and anybody can do it, it means that it's not going to break that easy. So, you know, I think that what we've shown you today is an unbelievable umbrella, and as all good presentations do, we also have a special on the umbrella itself. It normally sells for 20,000 Rand, and today we've got it selling for 16,999. And I can tell you that the next shipment that's coming in is probably coming in at 20 to 1, which means it's coming in at 25-30% more expensive. So right now is the best time to buy. I'm going to go back to the braai and show you what's happening. So this is a bit, by the way, here's the QR code if you guys need to see it again. I'm going to go for the top view to show you what it looks like. The QR code is there as well. So you can see we've been doing this presentation for about 20 minutes. Viv has been cooking beautifully. There's no smoke. All I can tell you, it smells beautifully. So guys, this is just a little bit of what Mobelli is about. People say to us, why must anybody buy anything now? And we understand the hesitancy. But I can tell you that personally, if there's a good deal out there, I'm going to grab it now, because this coronavirus thing is going to pass. And yes, it's going to take a bit of time, but don't be the one that says, I should have bought the stocks at the bottom of the market. Right now is the bottom of the market. Right now is the time to get stuff. It's going to last you for a very long time. So don't hesitate. If you want a great deal, do it now. Tomorrow we'll find out exactly what and if any e-commerce activities can happen. All the sales we do are right now on e-commerce. And so you'll be able to, hopefully tomorrow we'll be allowed to deliver. And if we can deliver, then you can get items at a great deal. And don't forget, guys, the Lotus Grill is hot. You know, maybe you can even use it as a heater. We can sell heaters, so who knows? Let's just go back to some questions over here. Have a look at these questions. Sherwin works for us. Obviously, he's answered the question. The colors. People are always asking us about colors. The umbrella itself comes out in this ecru sandy color. We can get it for you in other colors as well. We can custom make the top for you. It's going to add to the costs. The fabric that we use is really good fabric that will protect against the sun. It's got a layer of water resistancy as well. And over time, everything fades in the sun. We found that this color basically fades onto itself. Whereas the blues fade into grays and the greens fade into grays, this one stays the same. So this is the color that we prefer to have. Great, guys. So head on over to our website, to the mobelli.co.za. Head on to the blog, read about the Spanish flu, read about what we call open air therapy. We highly recommend it. If you live in an apartment, you need a Lotus Grill. It's ready within 5 minutes. Without further ado, we bid you farewell. Thank you.